All right, good sheep. Got this vacant lot right next to the community center. Only thing it's used for is people sometimes bring their dogs. Get some dog shit right here. Dog shit right here. But my sheep have poop cups on. Yes, you do. You have poopy cups on. Catching your poopies. We're not hurting no one. But it sure would be nice to be able to use the internet while we were here, since the community center has 3 Wi-Fi signals coming off of it. It has the regular one, and it has a guest one with a lock on it, requiring a password, and then they have they have a guest, they have a regular one, and then they have the secured one. I think it's called secured. Even though they're all secured, they all have passwords on them. No one ever uses the community center, literally. So I went on my local Facebook group and made a post about this and asked if anyone could help me out with the community center's Wi-Fi password. And I tagged Darby Flood, who is our mayor. Can you help me with the password to our community center's Wi-Fi? And she had a completely unprofessional response. And I stood up for myself and demanded an example of her accusation, and she deleted her comment. And then I commented this: why do you retract your response instead of providing even a single piece of evidence for your out of left field libelous accusation against me, about me? And here was her accusation that she slipped in. She tries to, maintain civility, but at the same time, she has a history of trying to character assassinate people, and especially obviously only no-wingers like myself and the right-wingers in this community who call out the left-wingers. So, yeah, she... I appreciate your respectful tone you have in asking me this. I am often hurt by the tone you take with me. And then she gave me a bunch of legalese BS answer to my question. And I stood up for myself and said, when are you saying I was being disrespectful to you when I've never even addressed comments towards you and only met you briefly once and was pleased to finally meet you? Give me a reference as to where I supposedly did this. I honestly can't believe you would even bring up that line of accusation for this response. It's completely unnecessary and unprofessional, even if I had been disrespectful in some comment. It doesn't warrant you as a mayor trying to degrade my image. A homeless person in her community, and she's the mayor. I've never disrespected you, but you're on record here obviously disrespecting me and trying to negatively affect how the community views my character. And now I'm starting to see some of the many accusations against you in the recent past may have more truth to them than I was previously willing to believe. And then her flying monkeys, some of them came out and were just being completely illogical also. Exactly what slanderous claim? She made no claim at all. She just being ridiculous. And then a lot of people came out and were standing up for me and saying how ridiculous it was that the community center Wi-Fi password was locked and she wouldn't help me. And then I posted, she wasn't answering me. She wasn't answering my question. Why are you retracting that? Why did you even say that? And she ignored me. So for several days. And she's on every single day on Facebook. So I knew she was ignoring me. So I put some of the dirt up, like her having numerous city council, city workers quit and file complaints against her in the past. And the most recent is like a string of anti-police posts.
Greg, Anna, Rogue River Police Chief Curtis Whipple says that there were many posts both on the mayor and the city councilors' Facebook pages disparaging law enforcement. However, he says there was one post in particular that was most dangerous and most offensive.
These politicians have, for no reason, fueled the fires of hatred toward their own police department.
A bold statement by former Talent Police Chief Curtis Whipple during a city council meeting last week. He's now calling on the mayor and a city council member to publicly apologize to their community or resign. Whipple, who is now the chief of the Rogue River Police Department, says Councilor Emily Berlant posted this to her personal Facebook, which was then liked by Talent Mayor Darby Ayers-Flood.
They were not F the Minnesota Police Department where the incident occurred. They were not F the officers who stood by and watched while it occurred. They were simply F the police. This includes their own Talent Police Department.
At that same meeting, Councilor Berlant claims what Chief Whipple and others said to her was threatening.
I will not be intimidated by you, and you will not censor me.
Berlant acknowledges her choice of words were poor and emotionally charged, but says the explicit comment came while referencing an article she shared that was about unprovoked police violence against peaceful protesters.
I refer fully to the system, not any one individual. We can value individual police officers and call for a change to the way we have done policing in this country.
Berlant says it was written on her personal page and taken wildly out of context. She claims people are creating a problem that doesn't exist.
I am proud to represent my community, and I will not stand down.
Chief Whipple is also standing by his response, saying this was not a personal attack against Berlant, but he wants her to know words have consequences.
Words have meaning, and they generate actions. These actions, if inspired by words from Emily Berlant and Darby Ayers-Flood, have the potential for hazardous effects on good officers in their own agencies, and they must be held accountable for what they've done.
Councilor Berlant says she has since apologized via email to the current police chief of Talent. She says she will not be resigning from her position. We also reached out to the mayor and did not hear anything back.
Because she's unapologetic. She doesn't care. So then after I posted that, she answered me after that. Well, sort of answered me. She gave me a bunch more legalese answer to the question, some non-answer, politician answers. And yeah. And then she followed it up with, and since we have gotten to the unproductive smear Darby part of the convo, I'm leaving now, but I will circle back after the meeting and report back on the process. Over and out. I responded, laugh out loud. You're obviously the unproductive one who started trying to smear me in your very first response here, for no reason. Look at this mayor's dishonesty. You attempted to smear me by making a completely unnecessary and untrue accusation on my post that I've oftentimes been rude to you, yet you still can't point out even one comment where I was rude to you before. You're a messed up mayor. I'll circle back, she also says, yet months have gone by with no response. So fast forward several months later, and there was a newspaper article that I read online that said that Talent is teaming up to provide several Wi-Fi hotspots downtown. The community center is on the outskirts of downtown and has a field around it that I can graze my sheep. And the downtown doesn't have that, so this doesn't really benefit me, but it's just kind of ironic that a couple months after she denied me help with high-speed internet, that this company came out and started trying to work with the city council to be funded to provide people with Wi-Fi. It wasn't the city council that went to the company. The company went out to them to put out free Wi-Fi hotspots for those in need, and they said they were all for it, and they're moving forward with it, and so I made this post in our local group saying, so Darby Flood, does this mean you're finally going to share our community center's Wi-Fi signal password with me that you refused to share with me because you said I wasn't renting the building out? And then I gave everyone reading this one a little bit of background on what's going on. And what do you know? She didn't answer me for 2 weeks. She didn't answer this, even though I tagged her on this. And again, she's on Facebook every day. I'm coming through town, and I put a little begging symbol, like, can you help me out here? And then a couple weeks went by, and she still didn't answer me. So, or another week, I guess, went by, and I tried to comment again and tried to tag her here, hello Darby, and it didn't highlight her name, and so that means that she blocked me. So I said my message, you seem to have ignored and now blocked me, a homeless person you're sworn to represent. I'm not going to stop calling out your hypocrisies here. Yeah, that's Talent, Oregon's mayor, far leftist. But supposedly, the mayor cares about the citizens that don't have access to even high-speed internet. That's crazy. I don't have any internet right now on my phone. My phone is fucking a cheap Rite Aid phone. And this phone that I'm using to record is a 4-year-old iPhone that the antenna broke after the second year, so it doesn't get any cell phone service. It gets Wi-Fi, but it doesn't get any cell service. A cell antenna on it, I guess, is separate from the Wi-Fi antenna. Good sheep. But it's alright, we get good graze here. You guys take a rest, and then you get to go graze all the wild alfalfa. We got star thistle here, and all the stuff beyond that is wild alfalfa. And then you got wild carrot, the white flower over there.